Most social media posts disappear without a trace. You write something. You publish it. A handful of people who already follow you see it. And then it is gone, replaced by the next post in the feed before anyone who does not already know you has the chance to discover it. A small percentage of posts behave completely differently. They travel. They get shared. They reach people who had never heard of the creator before. They drive follows, enquiries, and opportunities for weeks after they were published. The difference between posts that disappear and posts that travel is not luck. It is not the size of the account that published them. It is a specific structure that AI can help you write to every single time. Today, I am sharing that structure and the complete AI system for producing posts that consistently perform above average across every platform you publish on. Welcome to Tech Talk Tech. We upload every single day with fresh AI strategies. Subscribe now and hit the bell so you never miss tomorrow's video. Why most posts disappear before the system. The diagnosis. Most social media posts fail to travel for one of three reasons. They open with context rather than a hook. The creator starts by explaining what the post is about, rather than saying something that immediately stops the reader in their tracks. By the time the interesting part arrives, the reader has already scrolled past. They give value without creating curiosity. The post delivers useful information, but in a way that feels complete and closed rather than open and inviting. The reader takes the information and moves on rather than engaging, sharing, or following. They end without a clear invitation. The post simply stops rather than inviting the reader to respond, share, or take a next step. Engagement requires an explicit invitation far more often than most creators realize. AI solves all three problems when you brief it with the right structural framework. The four-part viral post structure. Every high-performing social media post follows a version of the same four-part structure. The specifics vary by platform. The underlying logic is consistent across all of them. Part 1 is the pattern interrupt. The opening line, or in some cases the opening two lines, that stops the scroll. It must do one of four things. Contradict a widely held belief. Make a counterintuitive claim. Open a loop that the reader needs closed. Or trigger immediate recognition, the feeling of yes, that is exactly right. Ask Claude to write 10 opening line variations for any post topic, each one attempting a different pattern interrupt approach. Review them honestly and choose the one that would stop you mid-scroll if you saw it from an account you did not know. Part 2 is the value delivery. The core content of the post, the insight, the system, the story, the data, or the perspective that justifies the reader's attention. This section should deliver genuinely useful or genuinely interesting content rather than vague motivational language or empty encouragement. Ask Claude to write this section with specificity as the guiding principle. Specific numbers outperform vague claims. Specific examples outperform general principles. Specific frameworks outperform abstract advice. The more specific the value, the more memorable and shareable the post. Part 3 is the loop closer or reframe. A single sentence that gives the reader something new to think about, a perspective shift, a surprising conclusion, or a connection they had not previously made. This is the sentence that makes the reader think, and I never thought about it that way, which is the exact cognitive state that produces shares. Part 4 is the engagement invitation. A specific question or clear call to action that invites the reader to respond. Not a generic, "What do you think?" A specific question tied directly to the content of the post that a reader could answer in 1 to 3 sentences without significant effort. The easier the engagement invitation, the more engagement it produces. How to apply this? With Claude. The practical workflow for producing high-performing posts with Claude is straightforward and repeatable. Give Claude your topic, your target audience, and 3 to 5 key points you want the post to communicate. Then give it the 4-part structure and ask it to write 3 complete post variations, each one with a different opening line approach and a different engagement invitation at the end. Review all 3 variations. Identify which opening line would genuinely stop you scrolling. Identify which engagement invitation you would personally be most likely to respond to. Combine the strongest elements across the 3 variations into your final post. This review and combination step is critical. Claude produces strong drafts. The human eye identifies which specific elements are genuinely compelling versus which are merely adequate. The combination consistently outperforms any single variation Claude produces alone. Platform-specific adjustments. The 4-part structure works across every platform, but the presentation differs. For text-based professional platforms, keep each line short. Single sentences on their own lines create visual breathing room that increases readability dramatically. Large blocks of text signal effort before the reader decides whether the content is worth it. For visual platforms, the caption must complement rather than repeat the image. Ask Claude to write versions that add context or perspective to the visual rather than describing what is already visible. For short video platforms, the hook is spoken in the first 3 seconds. Ask Claude to write your opening hook as a spoken line with simpler vocabulary, shorter sentences, and direct address, rather than a written one. Building your post library. Once per week, spend 60 to 90 minutes producing the following week's posts in a single session with Claude. Give it your topics for the week, your target audience, and the 4-part structure. Produce 3 variations of each post. Select and combine the strongest elements. Schedule everything in one session. Posts written in a focused batch session are consistently more coherent than posts written reactively one at a time. Scheduling in advance removes the daily pressure of what to post today, which produces worse content under time pressure. What topic would you most want to write a high-performing post about right now? Drop it in the comments. I personally reply to every comment. If this gave you a clear structure for writing better social media posts with AI, please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to Tech Talk Tech. We upload every single day. See you tomorrow.